Hostile dropping into the area.
Hey guys, Lingo here, and for those of you guys who needs help getting Warzone victories, or if you guys want some coaching, I'll have a link in the description. Check them out if you like. And the challenge I have for you guys today is UAV. Try to get more UAVs in all your games. If you haven't noticed, but the first video and the second video that I showcased, and also in this video that you'll see, I never get a loadout first. The first thing that I always buy from buy station is always UAV. I don't think loadout is really that important. I'm never one of those people that rushes for the loadout, and the reason why I don't do that is because the only reason why loadout is really beneficial is because of really only one thing, which is the ghosts. The advantage of people not seeing you when they pop a UAV. But in the early game, because of how I play, usually I'm the first person that gets to UAV. And so at the very early game, it doesn't really matter if you have ghosts or not, because no one's really popping the UAV. So that's my reasoning to not rush for a loadout. I don't really care that I don't have the ghost yet, because no one's going to pop UAV. And that's why I rush for the UAV, because nobody has ghosts. So it's almost like the reverse psychology, right? Nobody has loadout, so I'm going to get UAV. And since no one has UAV, I don't really need ghosts. And if you really think about it, like, your loadout weapon is not gonna kill much faster. Let's say if I have a loadout weapon of like MP7, and this MP7, they kill just as fast.
Recon intel secured.
They're basically the same. The only thing that I think the loadout weapon has advantage is because you put like a monolithic suppressor on there. So I mean, that's really important. A lot of these guns that you pick up randomly, like when you shoot, people know where you're at. So that's the only thing I don't like. But if you're aware that I explained that it's really important to move fast. So once I fight with someone, I usually kill them fast, or they kill me. I'm not one of those people that likes to play cat and mouse and play passive. I usually play aggressive, where I can kill the guy fast, or he kills me fast, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'm not going to be hiding much. So, and then once I kill them, I'm going to move out. So if I start a fight, it's usually going to be fast. Whoa, random dude. I just came here trying to get that recon. That guy was just randomly there.
Requesting flyover. Falcon 3-0, good copy. UAV beginning flyover. Move to the next area and secure the perimeter.
So in this video, really focuses on how much UAV I've hopped.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply.
And in all your games, you should be traveling with UAV, especially early game where you play aggressively to get all the stuff you need to try and get gas mask, to get satchel, to get
This is Falcon 3-0. Copy.
kill streak for later on.
Losing ground.
And here's another tip and trick in like gunfights. If you want to rush someone, at the very last part where you think someone might pop out, like, because usually people will peek at, like, maybe like 1 or 2 seconds after the fight, right? And they might anticipate that you might rush them. They'll peek out like what he was doing. So you can, if you play enough, you'll have experience to what kind of timing that is. What I'm trying to say is, when you kind of know what that timing where someone is gonna pop out, you should slide a little bit, because when you slide, it actually will let you fire your gun without hesitation. I think the easiest way to notice this is with shotgun. So you can just try this with the shotgun to understand exactly what I'm trying to say here. If you have a shotgun, let's say an automatic shotgun or something, try and sprint. Try and do a tactical sprint, or just sprint in general. It doesn't matter, but you'll notice it even more if you do a tactical sprint. Try and fire the shotgun right when you do that. You're gonna have a slight delay, and then but if you slide, there is 0 delay. If you slide, it lets you blast the shotgun like you weren't even running. So just try it out. So that's another little trick, is to slide during that time when you think someone's gonna peek you. Like when you need to fire, that's when you slide. That's the timing I'm talking about. Trying to play a little sneaky there. Couldn't catch him off guard. We both kind of noticed each other at the same time. I usually hate that kind of fight, like 50-50 gunfights. But in that case, I guess my reaction and my aim was a little bit better than hers.
Objective updated. Secure that position. Enemy UAV overhead.
Dang, we were both trying to outsmart each other, but I guess in the end, I kind of got him a little bit there. And if you notice, I actually pre-fired the truck a little bit because I heard him. But he stopped going there because he was kind of smart, because he kind of knew that I predicted he would do that. And then look at that. I would never have seen that guy if I did not pop that UAV. And if you notice, like this game, there's so many times where I have enough money to get a loadout, but I don't even get the loadout because there's no need. Early game, people are usually kind of far apart, so even at this time, if someone did get a UAV, they're usually a little far from me.
Enemy UAV overhead.
And if they're trying to run to me, usually by the time they get close to me, I'm already long gone, because you know, like I keep stressing, movement speed, man. I always leap fast, move fast, don't stay in one spot for too long. So even if someone did have a UAV, we're kind of far apart most of the time. Oh, and also always rush to your loadout. Don't be scared. Like I don't think I have, like almost every single time, like I'm always the first person who gets the loadout, and then like sometimes I do camp the loadout, but usually I don't. But the times I do camp the loadout, the second person, sometimes they never show up, or they show up like super late. So a lot of the times I don't even think it's worth camping the loadout. I don't think I'll camp the loadout. I think I just grab and go. Right? Yeah. See, I just grab and go, and I'm always the first person who gets the loadout. Like I said, a lot of people play scared, man. Don't play scared. If you see a loadout drop, just rush there. More than likely, you're gonna get there first. And if anything, like if we try to camp that loadout, the second person might not even show up for a very long time. That's kind of what happens all the time.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So I titled this Victory 3 Recon. So it means like I think I only did 3 recons this game, and I'm gonna see why. Because usually all my games, if I do recons, I do at least 4 to 5. I'm not sure why I only did 3 recons. Let's check it out. It must be the end zone was somewhere that's really clear.
Losing ground.
Just remember the reason why you're doing recons. Don't try to do recons and aim for like, oh, I have to do 6 recons. It's not the case. You're doing recon because you want to increase your win rate. So sometimes the recon, like if you just do like, I guess usually it's 4 recons, but I guess in my case, oh yeah, if you look at the circle, a lot of it's actually water. 20% of it is water. So I guess maybe all I did was 3 recons and it was good.
Contract complete. Recon themselves secure.
Oh, I know why only 3 recon was good. Because if you look at the map, there's a giant building. So I think I'm just gonna go to that building and that's gonna be it. But obviously, like, I think it's worth it to do like maybe 1 or 2 more recons. But I think the reason why I didn't do 1 or 2 more recon is because downtown was a little too, like, there was too many people around, and I think I didn't want to take the risk. So I think it was fine. Because right now, if you look at the map, if I do 1 more recon, it's almost pointless. Because if I do 1 more recon, it's still going to show that giant building inside the next circle. So I'm most likely going to position myself in that big building again. So the only point that will actually be beneficial is if I do at least 2 recons and preferably 3 recons. So it's 6 recon total. But because there was, I was looking at the mini map and the map. There was only 1 recon left in downtown. So I wasn't able to do 2 more. So it's not really worth it. Man, that guy was all confused. He was looking up. Yep. So this is the building that I chose. Just gotta keep this building. And the thing is, if the last circle is on this building, which is very likely, I'll say my win rate is probably just 70%. Yeah, maybe even 70%. Is what I'll say. It's because this building is kind of like wide open. It's really hard to defend. And I got self-res, so let's say if that sniper would have sniped me, I could have just got a self-res. Another thing is, like, it's because of how this building is located at, I'm always constantly checking. Like, I'm challenging snipers, I'm checking outside. I'm not just laying down on the ground looking at that one ladder that can show up.
Gas is closing in.
It's because, like, if somebody did down me, they can't thirst me. That's why I'm taking a little bit of risk like that. So yeah, it's always worth it to do recons, and I guess this is a gameplay where I showcase you don't necessarily always have to do 6 recons. 3 recon is enough, and this is a really good practice actually. I'm glad that I showcased this video. If you're kind of new and you can't do recons, like, if you can't do recons fast enough, like, before the second circle ends, you should do like 5 or 6 recons. You should do no more recons after the second circle ends. So if you can't do that, just try to practice your speed. But first, try to do like 3 recons. And then try to do 4 recons next time. just do like 3 or 4 recons and get to the center of the zone. I guarantee you, just by doing that, you're still gonna increase your win rate by a lot. So yeah, that's actually a really good practice. Just do 3 recons if your speed is not fast enough, and just after the 3 recons or 4 recons if you can't do it, just go to the center of that zone, whatever that zone is. Your win rate for sure is gonna increase just by doing that. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned something.